look at in it, oh, what, look at in it, what, look at in it, what, fuck in it, yo.
What's good, YouTube? I'm coming at y'all with another video. This is going to be the second part to my wish list series that I'm making. I'm going to make 3 videos in total. This is the second one. If you guys haven't watched the first video, I'm going to leave a link in the top right of the screen right now. And if you guys are on mobile, then I'm just going to leave a link in the description for you guys to just click on the link. It should be a section, it's just going to say like previous video, and just click on that. The first video was basically talking about the park and like features that I want to implement it into the park. Like I talked about things like bringing back the OG parks from like 2K14 and 15, bringing mascots and stuff like that. So if you guys haven't watched that, make sure to go watch that if you want. So this video is basically going to be about the MYPLAYER, like all the things that I would like to be implemented into the game that will make the game like feel different and whatnot. So to get started, like one of the things that I would like to see in the game is, like, you know how we have the gym right now, and basically it's just used for like getting stamina and stuff. I think we should be able to use the gym to like make our players stronger, if that makes any sense. So if you like played GTA San Andreas, you were able to like go to the gym and like make your CJ basically like stronger physically, and if you didn't go to the gym, your player would eventually become like overweight and stuff like that. I think like in 2K, if we like go to the gym, we should be able to, like, if we constantly go there or like use like the running machines, the treadmill, lifting weights, if we do like all those like activities in there, it should like boost our attributes or the way we look or something. Like if we run and we do it consistently, then I think we should be able to like make our player either faster or increase like the vertical, like just do something to like boost our players. Like if you like lifting weights, maybe you can make your player like extremely buff or something, so like that he could be like a tank in the paint. Just like small things like that. So what I'm trying to get at is basically that we can like build our players. So this is going to be my next topic. I think for 2K19, like it's fine that we had like the last previous years we had archetype systems and whatnot. Like it was like fine while it lasted, but I think it's like time for a change, low key, because like that's probably the reason like low key 2K is falling off is because they're doing like the same thing back to back. I think they need to change it up a bit. So when I mean like build your own player, what I basically mean is like start all the way from like round 0 and work your player all the way up to like max potential. So I think this was like the case in 2K14, like we were able to upgrade whatever we wanted. I believe that was how 2K14 was. I don't really remember because I played it like very little. I wasn't really into 2K at the time, but I did play 2K14, but I wasn't like a 2K fanatic at the time, so I don't really remember that much. But I think we were able to like upgrade whatever we wanted on our player, and I think that's what needs to happen this year. Like I understand like the demigods and stuff like that, but all that can be like balanced in my opinion. Like centers, I think they should have the ability to have like the same dribble moves as everybody else, but it needs to be balanced in a like certain way. For example, when I mean balance, like take for example a playmaker, they have all the dribble moves, but basically the advantage they have is that they're really quick with the ball. Like center should have the same moves, but at the same time they shouldn't be able to like dribble like Curry, for example. Like take an example of this would be like Curry and like KD. They can both dribble, they have like huge height differences, but at the same time KD is not like as fast of a dribbler as Curry would. Like I don't know if that makes any sense, but basically they can still have access to the same dribble moves, but it's just the taller you are, the harder is going to be to do the moves, I guess, or the slower the moves are going to be. So they're not going to be as efficient as like the point guards and the playmakers and stuff like that. That's just my opinion on that. So I think we should just be able to like build our player from like the ground up. Everybody starts, I'm not going to like over exaggerate and say like 0 overall and then work your way up to 99. Although that would be a good idea low key, because we could upgrade our player the way we want. Like we could make them, we could upgrade everything. Like we could upgrade the layups and dunks, the shooting, the rebounding. We could basically make our own demigod, but in a way we gotta work for it and like play all year long and stuff. So it's gonna like take hard work to get your player to the max level. It's not like you can just get it in like 2 months or something. Like it has to be something where you gotta like grind for it. But I don't mean like grind so it takes literally the whole 2K year. Like every year 2K, the max reward for the rep, that shit is basically impossible to get unless you like sit in your house for like 15 hours a day and don't even leave your room. Like I think the reward should be reasonable. So basically the no archetype system, I think that's basically what I'm trying to get at. They should just like go away from the archetype system this year. I know there's a lot of builds and stuff that you can do this year, but I just feel like we should be able to like build the type of player that we want to make. So off that topic, onto the next topic, I think we should have new badges. By creating new badges, basically we can play 2K in a different way. Like it gives us different ways to play the game instead of the same old just pick and roll. Like we have different approaches that we can take at playing 2K. Like new badges can influence the way someone plays the game. For example, I'm not gonna think of a badge on the spot because I haven't really thought of one, but like give and go, we could do something like that. We just need to come up with different ways to play 2K because it's kind of getting repetitive in my opinion. So I think new badges would like make the game feel like more fresh and like new. For the centers, I noticed this year when you like make your player max weight, which is 340, and you look to the strength stats, it's not the same for every center, which I don't understand why that's in the game. Like if you make your player max weight, he should have max strength no matter what archetype he is, if they're going to stay with the archetype system next year. Like my pure athletic, the one I'm using in the clips right now, by the way, I'm playing with randoms on this court. I didn't know any of these two people and they were playing like straight trash. But back on topic, basically if you make your player 340 pounds, I think he should have the max strength, because my pure athletic, I have him as 340 and I be getting bullied in the post by rebounding, post scorers, basically any archetype that has like high strength. I basically be getting bullied by them even though I have the max like weight on my player. But since I'm a pure athletic, I don't really have strength in my archetype. Even though we both have the same like weight, I still be getting bullied in the paint for no reason at all. So that's something that I think should be addressed, is like the weight. Make that the weight actually mean something. For my next topic, it's going to be about the post scores. 2K17, the post scores, if you knew how to play defense on them, they really weren't overpowered. But this year, like literally you could just stand in front of a post score and you'll heavily contest a shot and home miss every single time. That's part of the reason I didn't use post scoring at all this year, because like people, they weren't even playing like actual defense where you would actually press triangle with a contest. It would literally just stand there, and even though you did a post fade, they would count it as a heavily contested, which is like completely broken. But like the people who do know how to play post score like really well, they don't really got an issue this year. But that's just something I want something like that to be addressed. I think they should bring back the layup meter. I know it was like kind of like weird having it at first, but like after this year, not having any type of meter, you just going up, it feels like you're going up doing like a layup like blind, I guess you would like call it. I don't feel like confident going up with layups, because I feel like it's like very late every time or something. It's like you gotta like time it with the vibration, or I don't know what it is. But I think they should bring back the layup meter at least. Let me see here. Also, I think for the shot meters, this year it was way more difficult to shoot in my opinion, just because the shot meter was like extremely small and you can barely like see it if you sit in like far from your TV type. So I think we should have like multiple shot meters. I don't know if that would make any sense or if that would even be possible. So like we could decide what type of shot meter we want. Like we could use the one from this year, or 2K17 or 2K16. Like we could use whatever shot meter we feel the most comfortable with. I think we should do that instead of having just one like shot meter the entire year. And like that, it could like keep the game refreshed, because we have multiple ways of like being able to shoot using different shot meters. That's just my opinion though. For the clothes, we need different clothes. Like I'm talking about pants, shirts. We could possibly have belts, backpacks. We just need like a bunch of customizations that we can put in our player for next year. Like we saw a bunch of this like done with the t-shirt creator. Basically we had people with like backpacks on. Even though it was like 2D, it still looked like it was real. But just imagine if we had like access to those actual things. Like I know it would look kind of like weird at first because we're not really used to it. But like we could have different accessories on our player. That would make the game like more lit because we'll have like more fresh players at the park. That's just my opinion on that. For the animations, there really wasn't like that many like lit animations this year. That's just what I think. Compared to the previous years, it was like way more dances. There was like way more like noticeable and like animations that we were like able to remember and stuff. This year it just kind of felt dry in my opinion. For my career, I don't really know how I feel about my career at this point because I don't really play like that anymore, unless it's like to get badges, because that's really what my career is really used for. But for my career, we need to like do something with my career, because my career has just become like so dead unless people are like grinding for like max rep. But like we need to have like some like unique crazy story or something to make us play my career. Like it shouldn't just be only for badges. Like we should have like some sort of like storyline where like we in like high school or something, and like you know how we play games for the high school, they should have that, but instead of it being like computers, it could be like different people that are like from different schools and stuff. So we like playing online people for like career mode for like the high school and stuff like that, not from like the NBA, because that obviously that wouldn't make any sense. But for like the high school and the colleges, just imagine going up against other people. That I think that would be a cool idea to do for the my career at least. We could also have like when you're in the NBA, you could have like different selection choices. So maybe if you choose like the bad decision, you can have like a different career from somebody else that chooses another decision. I just think it just needs to be like more diverse and not have the same like storyline for everybody, so everybody can have like a different type of my career. Because in real life, everybody doesn't have the same like career. Like some people are like goats and stuff, and then some people are like not even known. Like they just need to make it completely different for everybody. I don't know how they would be able to do that, but making like different decisions is like some way we can do it. That's just what I think on that. For VC, I think they need to chill. 2K needs to chill with the VC next year. This year it was just out of control. Like literally this year it takes probably like $60 or $50 to just make one player. Like upgrade him from 60 overall to 85. I think it's literally like $50 or $60. That is just out of control. And there's people that be buying VC because it's basically like a pay to win. If your player is not upgraded, then you're not gonna do good in the park. So I think we need to either get more ways to get VC, or they just need to like tone it down a little bit with the VC, or maybe just use the VC for clothing and like accessories and animations instead of like attributes. They just need to figure out ways to use VC in different ways instead of just mainly using it for the attributes, because if that's the way we're gonna keep going, it's basically gonna be a pay to win, and that's not gonna be a good way to go down, because then people are gonna get pissed off and stuff like that. But for my next topic, for the cutscenes, honestly, it's cool and all, but we gotta 2K gotta chill with the cutscenes next year. Like either give us an option to skip the cutscenes or have no cutscenes at all, because nobody wants to spend 10 minutes looking at somebody eating cereal, or talking to a statue of a damn fish, or talking to this guy who opens the door for you to go to your apartment. All these cutscenes are unnecessary. Like, it's cool you spent time on the cutscenes and stuff, but you could still leave it, but give us the option to take it off if we want. Like for example, in Mortal Kombat they be having cutscenes, but you could skip the cutscenes if you want. But most of the time you don't skip the cutscenes because you actually care about the cutscene, because it's interesting and it applies to the storyline. But here we just have random cutscenes, well, that has nothing to do with like anything. It's just random cutscenes. Like, it makes no sense. Like, either tone the cutscenes down, get rid of it completely, or just give us the option to skip it. Or maybe we can just look at the cutscene once, and after that we can just skip for all the other players. Because there's no reason we have to watch the cutscene one time and then watch it for every single other player that we make. It just makes no sense. So for the final thing, I think that 2K in general just needs to chill with the realism. Like, I know it's a game. Like, we should have like some sort of like fakeness in the game, I guess you would call it. Like, but 2K is just, they too stuck on realism. And what I mean by this is, like, for example, take the movement this year. If you would like run and try to shoot right away, you'll get an off dribble, because I guess they're trying to get you to set your feet right before you like shoot. That was something I had to get adjusted to at first when the 2K18 first started. The shooting percentages, they need to chill with that. If you know your jump shot, it needs to go in. It's just as simple as that. I know it's a game, and they're trying to like make it as realistic as possible with the percentages and stuff. But at the same time, if we're gonna create a skill gap, people are gonna have to miss if they don't know their shot. And we need to make the shot if we know our release and everything is on point. That's just how I see it. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. For my next video, I'm gonna do a video on the animations, like the blow bys, the snatchbacks, and all that stuff, which is something that needs to be addressed next year. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys like this video, make sure to drop a like, comment any other ideas that you guys want to see in 2K19, and subscribe to the channel for more videos, and I'm gonna catch you guys in my next one.